Every Nigerian is obedient. Do not ask me. Do not take my words for it. Take the words of Governor Obaseki, who confessed that they are obedient in his own family. Take the words of some spokespersons of the other parties who scream that some of their staff are obedient. And he will tell you that if there is anybody that his team has been extinguished completely, is that of Atiku Abubakar, who, of course, should have been disqualified by now by going to the north and making a genocidal statement that Northerners should vote for North only. This was what caused genocide in Rwanda.
Yes, my people, as it dey hot, it don't happen. No. Yes, this is our man, Kenneth Okonkwo, maybe our popular obedient spokesman. He don't talk, he don't speak, man. And I said this man, wait till this man talk. Because yes, even if the rest parties get money to buy votes, we know they give shishi. And our movement, obedient movement, it will give us the votes when we need, because now pure love that this movement they push, and now pure love that this movement they carry, because everybody within this movement, they don't care about money. Make Peter Obi won't give like other parties who say that they depend on a party to share money on election day. And election day, with the obedient movement, we go there, we go cast our vote for Peter Obi free. Yes, and he constantly talk for this video concerning your Obaseki. When talk say obedient people now just stream like they be. He constantly talk for this video say even Obaseki family, his wife, his children, all of them, they are all obedient, because Obaseki talking with his mouth say even for his neighborhood, even for his family, all of them they scream obedient. Let PDP do the needful before obedient go remove food for their mouth. And he talking for this statement and the video see there. I think with this man, they not supposed to disqualify and since come like say ANEC not they implement that law. Because e dey for ANEC law say if they make this kind of travel statement for election to take canvas vote, say this kind of person they suppose penalize am. Now ANEC now be like say they're not going to do wetin dey that law now, because this man now he don break the law by telling his northern brother to vote for northern brothers only. Make they not vote for Yoruba, make they not vote for Igbo, make they not vote for any tribe, but make they vote for North. And this kind of statement so now cause the genocide for Rwanda. Make I not talk about business family as they watch this video. Please share this video, make this video go better, and comment your opinion. When I watch the Kenneth Okonkwo get to talk concerning all these issues when they can so. Now watch them.
Well, first of all, we have this our slogan: we don't give shishi. And it's a slogan that the Nigerian people gave to us. We did not even say it. It was the obedience that came up with that slogan. And what it means is that Nigerians are not going to succumb to the blackmail of vote buyers. They are tired. I've given you an example of my friend from Kebbi State, Comrade Dasama. He said the mother died and they told him he should not come home because of terrorists. His sister, the eldest sister, died and they told him he shouldn't come home because terrorists will kill him. And he said, after that, he discovered that no more. He has been voting tribe, he has been voting religion, but now he wants to vote for his freedom. That in 2023, he will no longer do that. So the people that have been selling their votes before now, they want to vote for their freedom. So money is not going to play a lot of influence in 2023. The obedience have made up their mind that they will not give shishi, and they don't accept shishi.
Are your obedience enough to give you the kind of victory you envisage?
Every Nigerian is obedient. Do not ask me. Do not take my words for it. Take the words of Governor Obaseki, who confessed that they are obedient in his own family. Take the words of some spokespersons of the other parties who scream that some of their staff are obedient.
But the same Governor Obaseki said that the steam of the Labour Party will soon fizzle out.
What do you want him to say in front of his presidential candidate when he is doing his campaign? Go and ask him again, and he will tell you that if there is anybody that his team has been extinguished completely, is that of Atiku Abubakar, who, of course, should have been disqualified by now by going to the north and making a genocidal statement that Northerners should vote for North only. This was what caused genocide in Rwanda. When Hutus were told that they should not support Tutsis because they are cockroaches, Atiku Abubakar went to the north and said Northerners should support only the people from the north, not Yoruba, not Igbo. That is ethnic profiling. That's genocidal statement. Atiku knows he has failed. What he's trying to do now is to make sure he destroys our democracy after he has failed. And he should be called to order. INEC should be implementing Section 97 of the Electoral Act now on Atiku, because that's a criminal offense, trying to profile ethnic and religious groups. So it is Atiku Abubakar that I've always said he is very unfit to be president. And not only that he's unfit, he is now a threat to our democracy. It is him that when he launched his own campaign in Akwa Ibom, all of them were obi-centric. All of them were obedient. What other evidence do you want me to say? They were singing the redemption song Obi Kere Kere Renke in the flag off of PDP campaign. Where do you want to go and you won't see obedient? If I sample the people walking in this your studio, you just be shocked. That even inside the heart of Shehu Nokimbaloye, he may just be obedient. In his heart, you're entitled to your thoughts. You may not just tell me.
Well, you never can tell, because
yes, I never can tell, but I said in your thoughts.
The Nigerian blood runs deep in my veins, and for the last few election cycle, I'm just so blank on voting. I've not voted in the last 4 election cycle because I'm always on my job. So I've given up in voting for anybody or trusting any politicians at that. I just allow them do their jobs. But the question is, how penetrative is the obedient movement?
All right.
In the very nook and crannies, because those who are going to make the majority of the vote are not those we see in the metropolis, on the street of Abuja, on the street of Lagos, on the street of Uyo, or on the street of Ilorin, the metropolis. That is not where you perhaps get a larger chunk of the vote. You probably will get it in those nook and crannies of Nigeria. And if anything, by the figures of INEC is to go by, you look at 76.56% of youth population in the new 12 million registered voters. Out of that, you have 40.87%. That's over 3 million that are students. How much of that figure do you think you can lure to be obedient?
First of all, labor, as symbolized by NLC and TUC, have thrown their weight behind the Labour candidate. Labour and the NLC and TUC, they are everywhere, in every word. Labour is everywhere. In Nigeria, the students have made it as a slogan. Even a fraternity, which is founded by a Yoruba man, they are the ones that gave us the song. Emiloko, Emiloko, Baba we know well, they shout Emiloko. By a fraternity that is owned by a man from the same geopolitical zone as Bola Tinubu. So wherever you go to, so we have the labor. Labor means the working class. Labor means the students. Labor means the women. Labor means the professionals. Labor means the intellectuals. Labor means the farmers. Labor means the traders, the businessmen, the businesswomen. We have them behind us. How many of these candidates can boast of that?
Let me ask you this, Kenneth, and it was what Denle Momodu said right on the chair you're sitting. He said, in the history of Nigeria's politics and election,
yes,
whenever you see 2 strong or more than 1 strong southern contestants in the race on the ballot for a presidential election, they always lose to a northern strong candidate.
yes.
And so is making inference in the sense that you have a Bola Tinubu from the southwest, a Peter Obi from the southeast. And even in football, in sports, history play a major role. Not to talk of politics, that is science, that is psychological, that it has that historical, I mean, it's always drawn into it. Do you fear that history might play by itself, what we've seen in the Second Republic, in the First Republic?
You know, the problem of some analysts is that they do not contextualize issues. They do not appreciate that they need to distinguish certain circumstances that made their prognosis or predictions irrelevant. Now, the mood of the nation is that there is sitting in the seat of power a fulfilled day speaking Northern Fulani Muslim. And the Northerner he's referring to is another full-footed speaking Northern Fulani Muslim. It has not happened in Nigeria. That's for 16 years unbroken. That you have people of the same ethnicity, linguistic background, and the same religion. and the same section of the country to come and rule the country for the same time. You know, when PDP say APC, they are doing Muslim ticket, I laugh. I laugh at their, ignorance. Because they are the ones that are doing the worst Muslim ticket. Because they want to proceed from a Muslim ticket, and not just a Muslim ticket, identical ethnic linguistic background, to another Muslim ticket from the same ethnicity, from the same linguistic background, and from the same section of the country. And the mood of the nation does not warrant that. So what he is saying was, when, for instance, in 1979, you had UPN, MPP, and you had the North. And the sentiment of power shift and rotation was not there. So I do not know where he got his statistics, but the truth is that he got it all wrong. PDP's ticket has offended Section 14, subsection 3, Section 15, Section 16, Section 17, that enumerated the political, economic, and social objectives of Nigeria by picking that ticket, but particularly Section 14.3 that said that our diversity should be recognized in the composition and the conduct of affairs of any government. So you must proactively ensure that there is no preponderance and domination of people from one section of the people against the others.
But the agenda of the political parties are different. And there are those who are also bringing the factor of the fact that you need to have been able to play at the center your politics in such a way that you can be able to garner or bring home the votes across the board. And those who have criticized or described the Peter Obi, your candidate, as more of a sectional politician, how do you respond to such?
Now, let's talk about sectional politics. As I have said, Atiku went to the North and said Northerners should vote only somebody from the North, not Yoruba, not Igbo. What can be more ethnic than that? Tinubu went to Ogun State and said, it is the turn of the Yorubas. And when it comes down to the Yoruba, it is my turn. That is the meaning of Emiloko. What can be more sectional than that? Peter Obi went to the Igbo people, and at the risk of losing their vote, he told them, do not vote for me because I'm Igbo. Vote for me because I'm a man of competence, character, and capacity.
Does Peter Obi have the competence to run the affairs of this government?
Nigerians do not, it is not the turn of anybody in 2023, it is the turn of Nigerians. Peter Obi has displayed an uncanny character.
In reality,
capacity.
In reality, can your candidate win the election?
No, he has already won.
How?
Oh, check the analysis like I've always told you. Take it by polls. You know there are three polls that have come out. ANAP, We Together, and Bloomberg. And in the first one, he scored 23. In the second one, 53. In the third one, 75. Soon and very soon, before the election reaches, when the two candidates will unravel, and I'm sure they're already unraveling, then it will now be Peter Obi and others. Because then collectively in the polling poll, they will not have up to 5%. And whenever you don't reach up to 5%, you'll be classified as others. So actually it is going to be Peter Obi and others. There is no other candidate.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo. And I would have loved to ask you this final question, but we just have 30 seconds to close this segment. And the question will be, if there's one thing that will not make Peter Obi win this election, what would that be?
It will be that Nigerians allow thieves to steal the election because he has already won.